All right, good evening, South Africa. Welcome to the Bani Café Podcast. Here, the coffee is hot, but the conversations, they're even hotter. I'm your host, Bani, your barista of the mic, and today we're serving up the Bella Bill Pipping Hot. Yes, the Bella Bill. It's been a very controversial act because a lot of people, they are kind of like against it. But then again, who will be against an act that is being passed by the government? But here, I'm not here for that. The Department of Basic Education has released the draft regulations for the Bella Bill. If you're asking yourself what is a Bella Bill, it is the Basic Education Laws Amendment Bill. And before anything is signed into law, the department is inviting you, parents, teachers, learners, and communities to comment on this Bella Bill. Because once this bill is law, the rules are set. We all know no rewinds, no edits. So this is your moment to shape education's future. This is your moment to have a say, or this is your moment for your voice to be heard. Let's start with the public concerns. Obviously, the first person to have concerns are the teachers. Yes, the teachers, because are the carriers or the implementers of the bill. But the word on the street is loud, Teachers are saying the Bella Bill has stripped them of authority. Learners now have so many rights. They might walk into class like little lawyers, briefcase in one hand, attitude in the other. And the teachers, they are worried. Corporal punishment has long been outlawed. We know it's a criminal offense. No one should touch a learner, more especially violently. In fact, no one must touch anyone violently. But still, teachers are asking, how do we control misbehavior if the law ties our hands? What do they do in this case? Because we have different behaviors in the classroom. But now, imagine this. One learner breakdancing on the desk, another is live streaming, and the chaos. Some others are on TikTok, and the teacher has no weapon but a letter to write about what is happening in her or his class. That's the only thing that the teacher can do in this case. But now let's move from the teacher's concerns and let's talk about the public concerns. There was a lot of, disagreements coming from the Afrikaner communities. And then Afrikaners speaking communities. These guys, they always argue everything. I don't know, is it because they are Afrikaners? I don't know. But they argue that the Bella Bill is stripping away their powers. They fear schools will be forced to teach English because the department now has the final say on language policy. But there's an irony, Township schools have been told to teach in English for years, but they've never known that it's upon a school's policy to choose which language to use. Nobody staged a protest. No one wrote an essay. Meanwhile, Afrikaans schools, they carried on in Afrikaans without any disturbance. So they just want to carry on with that. Now, that the law might open those schools to more learners, suddenly it's a panic mode. Because now the department itself is going to decide who goes to which school and how many learners must be in that particular school. Double standards, right? I don't know. You decide. Because seemingly also the cry is on the fact that the SGBs, school governing bodies, the power they had has shifted now. Because the HOD or the head of the department is going to take over whatever the SGB was doing or the functions of the SGB. And the Bella Bill also takes on the school governing bodies. Right now, SGBs or school governing bodies, like they are like a mini parliament. They decide who gets admitted, which language is spoken, sometimes even who teaches, which is kind of like not democratic as it should be in a country like this one. Now the department says too many SGBs, they abuse their power by excluding learners, gatekeeping teachers, treating schools like private businesses. Because now who sponsors the schools become maybe the chairperson. The bill puts that authority back into the hands rather of the department. They say it's about fairness, inclusion, making schools for everyone, not just a chosen few, which totally makes sense to me, right? Because a particular SGB from a particular community might decide who goes to their school. But in this case, the department is going to play a big role and make democracy be part of any school. You may ask, why am I making this video? Now, whether you agree or not, right? Hear me out. Here's the key point, okay? The department is not forcing this overnight. No, it doesn't. It's not doing that. They want your comments as the public. So don't just rant in the taxi. Don't just gossip at the dinner table. No, that's not how you do it. Put it on paper, send it in, make your voice count, make your voice to be heard. Because once the ink dries on this bill, the debate is over. You'll be leaving with the results, whether you like it or you don't. That's what's going to happen if you are not commenting as you're given a chance to do so, right? Like anybody else. So, as we're closing now, let's conclude all this saga or the controversy about the Bella Bill, because this is just made for everyone, right? Democratically. So that's today's brew at Bani Café Podcast. We've served you the Bella Bill straight, no sugar, no cream. Some say it's perfect. Some say, nah, you rather say it's a perfect blend. Others call it bitter espresso. Whatever you think, the choice is yours. I'm your host, Bani Gandondo, your barista of the mic. Stay caffeinated, stay educated, and remember, life's too short for bad coffee and bad laws. And please, if you've been watching up until here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. You can also share it with your friends. Thank you.